All right, mental architects, welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're cracking open one of psychology's really foundational blueprints, Jean Piaget's groundbreaking theory of cognitive development.
That's right.
Our mission to truly unpack how our thinking builds up, brick by brick, right from our very first breath, all the way to complex adult reasoning.
Yeah.
Expect some surprising, aha moments about how your own mind developed along the way.
And what's so powerful about Piaget's roadmap, really, is that he didn't just describe what children think, but um, how their thinking fundamentally changes.
Right, how it shifts.
Exactly. It becomes progressively more advanced and, well, nuanced across four distinct universal stages.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Let's start with the very first blueprint layer,
Hmm.
the sensoromotor stage. This runs from birth to around 2 years old.
Roughly, yeah. Birth to maybe 18, 24 months.
So for these little humans, it's all about hands-on learning, right? Touching, tasting. But what's the biggest mental breakthrough they actually make here?
Exactly. Their entire world is what they can see, touch, taste, hear, and, physically do, interact with.
Makes sense.
The monumental breakthrough, and it's something we totally take for granted, is object permanence.
The job permanence. Okay.
It's the understanding that something, an object, a person, still exists even when you can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, imagine the sheer chaos for a baby before this clicks if you hide a toy. It literally ceases to exist for them.
Wow. Okay.
That's why Peekaboo isn't just a game. It's actually this profound and kind of hilarious cognitive exercise.
Yeah.
It helps them grasp that stability.
So it's not just about a toy under a blanket. It's like the very first step toward understanding the world is actually stable and predictable. That's huge.
It is huge.
It feels like the groundwork for memory, maybe even early attachment. Knowing mom or dad still exist even if they step out of the room for a second.
Precisely. These are the very building blocks of their understanding of reality itself.
Okay. So once they've kind of mastered that the world doesn't just disappear, what's the next big leap their minds take? Well.
This is where it gets really interesting, I think. It's a fascinating phase where language just explodes, but maybe the logic is still playing catch-up.
You got it. That's the pre-operational stage,
Yeah.
typically from ages 2 to about 7.
Right.
And suddenly they are using symbols, words, drawing pictures,
Yeah.
but their understanding of the world is still very much filtered through their own limited viewpoint.
Okay.
The real hallmark here is egocentrism.
Oh.
And it's really crucial to remember this isn't selfishness in the way we think of it.
Right. It's not a moral failing.
No, it's a genuine cognitive limitation.
Yeah.
They literally struggle to see things from anybody else's perspective.
Okay, so that explains why my 4-year-old nephew will nod his head like crazy when I ask him on the phone if he likes his new toy.
Yes.
Completely forgetting I can't see him nodding. It's not rudeness, it's just me-centric thinking.
Exactly. Or, why they might bring you their favorite teddy bear when you're feeling sad.
Assuming what comforts them must comfort you. Their empathy is developing, sure, but their cognitive ability to truly step into your shoes isn't quite there yet.
That makes a lot of sense. So after navigating that sometimes challenging egocentric phase, children hit this kind of sweet spot where genuine logical reasoning starts to blossom, especially with things they can actually touch and see, right? That's the concrete operational stage.
That's it, usually around ages 7 to 11.
Okay.
And this is where the concrete part is really key. Their logic is becoming strong, much stronger, but it still needs physical, tangible examples to work with.
Okay, so like real world stuff.
Exactly. The classic example everyone uses is conservation.
Conservation.
Yeah, understanding that quantity doesn't change even if its appearance does. So like your example, pouring water from a short, wide glass into a tall, thin one.
Yes.
They finally get that it's the same amount of water, even though it looks different. Younger kids struggle with that.
Wow, so it's like they're finally getting a kind of mental undo button for the world. They can mentally reverse that pouring action.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah.
That's a huge shift in how they process information. Is that also where they start to become better at understanding other people too, getting past the egocentrism?
Absolutely. That mental undo button, that reversibility, it's fundamental to early math and scientific thinking. And yes, they're also finally shedding much of that earlier egocentrism.
Okay.
They can genuinely start to consider other people's feelings and thoughts more accurately. It leads to much more complex social interactions, understanding rules, fairness, things like that.
Right, the nuances of fair play and stuff. Makes sense. Okay, and now for the mind's next big trick. This unfolds in the formal operational stage, kicking in from adolescence onward.
Usually around age 11 or 12 and continuing up.
This is where things get cruelly abstract, right? Beyond the concrete.
This is the big leap into what we typically call adult thinking. Individuals here can think abstractly, they can solve hypothetical problems, and reason about concepts that aren't concrete at all.
Like,
Well, think about debating justice or philosophical questions, complex ethical dilemmas. It's no longer just about what is, but also what if or what could be.
so they're not just, say, learning science facts in a classroom, but they're starting to apply a scientific way of thinking to, well, everything.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like forming hypotheses about why people act the way they do, or maybe how society should be structured, that kind of thing.
Precisely.
Uh.
They can think systematically, form hypotheses, test them mentally, consider multiple variables at once, just like a scientist would. This is where true scientific reasoning, as Piaget called it, really solidifies. It allows them to engage with complex ideas, debate abstract principles, even plan for the future with a much deeper understanding of potential consequences.
Okay, wow. We've just walked through the mind's incredible evolution then. From, like, basic hands-on exploration
Sensoromotor.
to symbolic thought, which was pre-operational, then developing that concrete logic.
Concrete operation.
And then finally, landing in abstract reasoning, formal operational. It's quite the journey.
It really is. And what's truly profound about Piaget's framework, the thing that still stands out, is this. Pretty much every single child, regardless of culture or upbringing, seems to progress through these stages in the exact same universal order.
The same order, really?
The same sequence. Now, the timing might vary a bit, based on individual and environmental factors, but the sequence itself seems to be a predictable blueprint for how our cognitive abilities unfold.
It truly puts the deep dive, tracing that incredible universal mental path from baby to adult reasoning.
Yeah.
And that brings us nicely to our final thought for you, the listener.
So knowing that every mind seems to follow this remarkably consistent, distinct path through these stages, how might your awareness of this actually change the way you teach or learn or lead?
Or even just communicate.
Or just communicate, exactly, with people of all ages. A powerful lens, I think, to view not just children's development, but maybe the human mind across the entire lifespan, something to think about.